Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our Wednesday night Icoinpro company call. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency, one of my favorite topics. Reason it's one of my favorite topics is because when I got involved in cryptocurrency back in 2016, I was very broke. And within about 1 year later, I had so much financial freedom. I could go anywhere I want in the world, anytime I wanted, completely free from ever having to work 9-to-5 jobs. It gave me a lot of financial freedom. And that's why we're all here today. We want to talk about financial freedom. And with Icoinpro, we have tools and systems that can help create that financial freedom for you. I'm sure everyone on this call knows someone or is being affected by inflation and the market manipulation. We have systems and tools and strategies in place that we've been using, time tested for years, to help you beat inflation and hedge against that inflation. You're going to hear some testimonials from some of our members. You're also going to hear from the founders and the creators of Icoinpro and the micro profit system. In fact, one of them, he is the for about 3 years, he was the #1 cryptocurrency trader on Coinbase exchange, winning more trades than anyone else in the entire member base of Coinbase. And Coinbase is one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world. Right now, we are coming up on another market cycle in cryptocurrency, and understanding these market cycles and the strategies about how to trade, how to day trade, how to use the wallets, how to use the exchanges, all of these tools and these technologies can create a lot of financial freedom for you. And you're going to hear from some of these people today. So I encourage you all, stay with us throughout the whole duration of this video and turn off any distractions that you have, because we're going to drop some very, very important, potentially life-changing information for you. So with that being said, I'd like to bring on the creator of the micro profit system, Justin Clark.
Awesome. Sean, thank you so much. And thank you for that kind introduction here. It's funny. I'm going to talk a little bit about my relationship with Coinbase. And I don't know if I was the #1, but I certainly was up there enough to get their attention on, what was happening. And I'll tell you that story in just a little bit so everybody can understand it completely. I want to welcome everybody. Look at these people tuning in from all over the world. We got people staying up till 2 a.m. To be here watching this presentation tonight. And there's great reason for that. There's a lot of excitement happening right now at Icoinpro. And I'm going to fill you in on why it's so exciting. But Deborah, welcome. Robert, welcome. Stephen, Clive, Martin. We got people coming here from all over to hear what the good news of what's going on with Icoinpro. Now, as Sean mentioned, I'm one of the founders here. Again, my name is Justin Clark, and I've been in network marketing and affiliate marketing now full time since I was in my late 20s. And you can tell by looking at me, a little bit of gray down here, a little bit of gray up there. I'm not in my 20s anymore. Okay. In fact, I just marked my 5th decade on this planet just recently. And listen, I have been around the block several times in network marketing, affiliate marketing. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. And I've had success. I've built big teams. I've done it full time for many, many years on the affiliate side and working in the field. This is the first time in Icoinpro that I've ever been on the corporate side. So this was a big difference for me. But my largest success as an affiliate out there in the field, I took a group of about 5 affiliates and grew that into over 20,000 members in about 11 months with one company that I was with. But through all of that seemed kind of off in network marketing. I don't know if anybody else has felt this. The prices of the products just kept getting more and more expensive. The auto ship requirements got more and more outrageous. The average person couldn't keep up with them. And I just kind of lost my enthusiasm for the industry as a whole. So I was lucky, like in 2007, around there, I got into affiliate marketing, lost a lot of money starting out, and then all of a sudden everything clicked, right? And I made a small fortune and went on to make a killing many, many, many years in affiliate marketing. But again, affiliate marketing, just like network marketing, had its ups and downs. I saw incomes where I was making tens of thousands of dollars a month in profit disappear with one email or one phone call. So it just wasn't under my control completely. And I didn't like that. So my heart, it kept bringing me back to what I absolutely love to do. which is helping people improve their lives through creating financial freedom for them. So in 2013, I started to get back into network marketing. It's kind of putting my feelers out, looking around, seeing what was going on. And again, I built some great teams again, but I was trying to make a go of things again in network marketing, but I was struggling. I had one company, like I mentioned before, went to over 20,000 paid members in a short amount of time. And then that kind of fell apart. And I remember attending a huge network marketing conference, right? And I saw this panel, and some of you may have been at this conference. It's called GoPro. And there were marketers out there talking about the huge issues that were happening for network marketing companies with eBay and Amazon, and how they were undercutting the prices of their products, or other affiliates were selling on there. And the companies were coming up with knockoff Me Too products that were similar to what was hot in that network marketing company. And they were selling it for cheaper, and they were selling it with better reviews. Okay. It was like those companies couldn't even compete. They were up in arms about what was happening, and they felt like they wanted to gather together and write to those companies to cease and desist, letting their network marketing companies be sold or undercut on there. And obviously, nothing ever came of that, because that was many years ago. And Amazon and eBay don't care. They're just a middleman, so to speak. So I realized that the more and more of these companies in network marketing were going to struggle if they were doing products, okay, and particularly nutritional products, things of that nature. And it's also, if they were like overpriced for what the market was willing to pay for that product, those companies could never compete in today's online environment. So the world was changing, and it was time to either evolve or become a dinosaur. All right. So I was at a point where I was kind of looking for this holy grail myself of how to make money online. After so many different challenges I experienced in affiliate marketing and network marketing, I just kept searching and searching and searching for like the perfect opportunity to make money online that was 100% in my control and didn't rely on anybody else. All right. A skill or something I could do where I could make that money. Fortunately, a good friend of mine who's on here with us this evening, Mr. Paul D'Souza, he started telling me about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And in 2017, I fell in love with trading them. All right. I was nervous about investing in them, but I got excited about trading them. And that was what seemed to make sense. Because it seemed like they just went up and down, and there were all these swings in the markets. I'm like, man, if we could just make a small bit here and a little bit here and a small percent here, that would add up to huge profits over time. So that journey started there in 2017 because of Paul, and it led to me developing the micro profit system, which has now been used by thousands and thousands of people the world over to consistently profit from these markets. But more on that from Paul in a little bit later. He's going to kind of fill in the rest of that story. So I'm so grateful to Paul for introducing me to crypto and helping me to get started on my journey of trading crypto full time. So what's so unique, I think, about Icoinpro and our business opportunity, all right, in the network marketing arena, is that our product is unlike anything else that's been here before. And that's because of this one simple fact. And I want everybody to write this down. Once you start using this system, you will have a skill to generate income on demand that no one can ever take away from you, period. And no one can ever put our product on eBay or Amazon. So some of those serious concerns that I think a lot of network marketers have about their products ending up on eBay and Amazon, being too expensive, everything, they're just things that we don't have to worry about at Icoinpro because of the nature of our product. And I firmly believe that this product, the micro profit system for trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, addresses one of the major downfalls that all network marketing companies face. And that's the fact that in most companies, people are spending way more than they are making, and therefore they quit eventually, right? I mean, how many people have experienced that before? You can drop a comment if you want in this chat here. All right. Well, with our system, you can master a simple strategy that can generate you way more than your monthly membership just by using our product, just by using the micro profit system. And even if you never ever refer someone to Icoinpro, you can actually potentially make a full-time income day trading with the system. All right. So we're great for people who are introverts. Okay. We know you're out there. We love you. Come to Icoinpro, become part of our family. You're going to absolutely crush it. And you're going to find that you are excited to share this with people because of the results that you're getting yourself. All right. And also another thing too, everybody who knows me, I am like not one to be glued to my computer 24/7. I love to just be out living life. Tomorrow we're going to Aquatica, for the day. It's like, and it's a Thursday. I'm just going to bug off, take my kid and go have fun. All right. And that's because I can live life on my own terms because of what this product allows me to do. I have time and financial freedom because of the micro profit system. And there are very few opportunities that can truly give that to you, especially online. All right. So, this system sends you these trades 24/7 right to your smartphone. Okay. You can get your notifications. And you don't have to sit in front of a computer 24/7. I trade plenty of times in Target. Like Paul likes to say, for those of you who are worldwide, Target's a shopping place. Maybe everybody knows. I don't know where it is, but I'm sure it's a lot of different places. But I'll be in there grocery shopping, and Paul likes to say I'm like one of the only people who can walk into Target and walk out with more money than I came into because I did a trade while I was food shopping there. Paid for the whole bill and then put some extra in my pocket. All right. Now, all right. At this point, I want to bring out somebody I was talking quite a bit about there, Mr. Paul D'Souza, who's an absolute guru when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. This guy was the smartest guy in the room before a lot of other people. He saw all this happening with Bitcoin and crypto before almost anybody else. And he's going to talk a bit about the history of this company and how we've come to be where we are today. And you're going to hear also from a couple of the users of our systems and affiliates who are here tonight that can, tell you about their experience with what we do. So, Paul, I'm going to turn the presentation over to you, sir.
Justin, thanks for that intro. Wow, hang on. Let me set up for this. All right, folks, thanks for joining us. It's just gone 2 o'clock here in Portugal, where I live. Actually, I live on the island of Madeira. Some people might know it as where Cristiano Ronaldo, the footballer, was born. That's where I live. And I managed to move here from South Africa, which is a very difficult transition for us to move over here. But I was able to do that because of the freedom that this business was able to afford me. Otherwise, it would have been, I would have still been stuck there. But in any case, I'm here in Portugal and absolutely loving it. I'm going to touch on what Justin was saying and just sort of give you guys a little bit of a background as to what happened with this business and how it got going. And it's really quite, it was just certain things just all fell into place, and that leads us to where we are today. And what happened was, I'm going to guess probably around 2015 or so, I had been living in the UK, and I had decided that I was going to go and live in Southeast Asia, and I was in Thailand, Philippines. And while I was out there, I was an online marketer, affiliate, selling a lot of internet traffic as well. One of my clients was Justin Clark, who I've now known for 11 years or so, close on 11 years. And that's how I was doing it as an affiliate marketer, just hopping around, doing my own thing. And while I was living in the Philippines, PayPal shut my account down. And I didn't have a way to transact. I couldn't continue working. And it actually hit me quite hard. And a friend of mine had previously tried to tell me about Bitcoin, and I just wasn't ready. Because the first time that I'd heard about Bitcoin was kind of like in the early days. I didn't need it, so I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't interested in it. And the way that it was explained to me, it kind of made it sound like I had to play a game on the internet and use my computer to mine. It really sounded like World of Warcraft, for those of you who know. It sounded like I needed to play this game and mine gold and sell it for real world money. That's what I thought Bitcoin was. Now, everybody's got their own stories of how they were introduced to Bitcoin, but that was my perception. and I had it totally wrong. And it wasn't until I actually needed Bitcoin that I started paying attention. Because while I was there in Philippines, as I said, I'd lost my PayPal account. I couldn't transact. And Justin contacted me. He wanted to purchase some advertising through me. And I said to him, can you pay me with Bitcoin? And he was like, what's this Bitcoin thing? I said to him, listen, this is something that is going to absolutely change the world. So I explained it to him. Now, the way that when I was ready to listen about Bitcoin, I was open to it. I was like, okay, I need this thing, so I'm going to pay attention. And when this friend of mine had explained it to me, what I saw a massive shift that was coming. I saw the way that people were going to work with money was going to completely change. I saw it was this epiphany that oh my gosh, this is big, and it's going to be huge. And I would tell anyone who was willing to listen about it. And if they weren't willing to listen, I was going to tie them down and tell them. That's how important that I felt Bitcoin. Well, I mean, I flew back to South Africa, sat my family down and said, listen, you guys need to pay attention because this thing is going to be massive. And when Justin approached me and said, listen, can you sell me some advertising? I said to him, pay me with Bitcoin. Oh, what's this Bitcoin thing? Same thing happened with him, because he went off, started researching it, came back. He was like, listen, you can trade this. He got like really excited. He was like, you can trade this. I said, yes, it's like a commodity. You can trade it. So he got really excited. And, we were bouncing ideas around between each other. And at that time, I had an idea. I wanted to tell the world. Like, I wanted to start my own magazine to spread the word of this new thing that was coming, that was going to completely change the world. And this was before the days of ETFs and everything that has happened. But I knew that it was going to be big. So Justin got on board. He loved this Bitcoin thing, and he wanted to trade it. And so we eventually decided, like, okay, why don't we start a company that can teach people how to trade and also teach them about crypto? Because back then there was nothing on the internet. If you wanted to go and find any info on Bitcoin, it was like very few. There was video on YouTube and some weird website and some guy living in his mother's basement talking about this crypto thing, and there weren't any websites or any educational systems in place to teach people the ABCs about Bitcoin and crypto. So we thought, okay, how about we help as many people as possible by starting something like that? And that's how Icoinpro was born. And this was happening in 2016. 2017, we launched Icoinpro. Went through, we just started adding more and more things to it. And it got to one point where we flipped from being an educational company to a software company, because then we started bringing out things like our trade finder that a lot of people used to find trades. Now, I'll tell you something. A lot of people doubt the software. But earlier on today, Justin sent me a video. And this was an over-the-shoulder video of him trading using our system and our software and all our tools. And let me tell you something. When we release that video to show people how he made a couple of $100 in just a couple of hours using this system and our software, it's going to blow minds. And when that happens, people are going to start talking. Justin has not released this type of a video to date, simply because we just felt it wasn't necessary. Just trust us. This thing works. If you follow the system, if you join Icoinpro and you go through the micro profit system and you follow it to the T and use the software, you will make money. You will be able to trade, and you'll be able to trade profitably. But then a couple of people said, hey, listen, why don't you come out with a video that actually shows you doing it? And we had a leaders meeting the other day. And while we were on that meeting, what does Justin do? He decides to start trading. And he's like, hey, guys, I'm going to show you something. And and the people that were on that call were blown away. So we're like, okay, listen, you got to make this video and you got to get it out there. So guys, it's coming. There's a video showing how Justin made a couple of $100, no time at all, step by step, what he did, what he looked for. And yeah, so folks, all I'm telling you is that what we have here is we have a company that pays you two ways, not one. The first way, you learn how to trade. The second way is we want to pay you to go out and tell all your friends about Icoinpro. All right. So we have an affiliate system in place that pays very, very well. We've just revamped it, and there's potential for you to earn hundreds or even thousands without recruiting. But I think when you see this, you're going to go and want to tell your friends all about it. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now hand over to some of our other guests. All right. We got one of our moderators on the call today. His name is Christian. And Christian helps us monitor our Facebook group and answer people's questions. And he is a trader himself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask him to come on out and tell his story, how he's used our system. So you can hear it from somebody else. And this was somebody that came along, tried out our system, liked it. We got to know him a little bit and said, hey, listen, why don't you jump on board as a moderator? And he's been doing a fantastic job. So why don't you hear from him? Christian, come on out and tell us your story.
Hey, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, my name is Christian. I have been with Icoinpro since 2017. I didn't have a big financial background at all. If you saw the video the other day with Carlo, he and I are a lot alike. Growing up, my parents never talked to me about any kind of money. They never talked to me about, hey, if you do this, you need to do this, blah, blah, blah. Well, when I found Icoinpro, it opened my eyes to more than just a financial, mindset. Bitcoin was the ultimate, it was new. It was the pioneer, this is the new money. This was we're about to turn the wealth table around. And I dove in. I was hesitant. I was a little scared. I was putting my money that I was working for into this system. And everybody's like, it's just a bubble. It's going to blow up. It's going to pop. You're going to lose your money. You're going to come back. You're going to be doing this, or whatever. To today, I can't say that Bitcoin's going to go anywhere or it's going to stay around or anything. Nobody knows. However, the skill that I've learned with Icoinpro and trading has given me the access to making my money work more for me. I can get a paycheck from a regular 9-to-5 job or a paycheck for whatever, and then put it in my Coinbase account and trade it. And I've learned very, very, very early on with Icoinpro that when I was making a trade and the trade would go south, it wouldn't go my way. I was like, I bought in and it went down. That was on me. I didn't look at the charts right. I didn't do any of, I was doing 80% of the legwork, and it hurt me a couple of times, but it's one of those things. The market will rebound as long as you just you have to check your emotions. That is one big thing with this. And it does take some time. It took me 6 months to get completely confident. And even then, there was a few hiccups that I would backtrack a couple of days, but I would come back. And my story is pretty good, I think. It's nothing like I made $100 billion in the market or anything, but I started with $1,100 and I traded that. And my only goal was to pay off debt. Well, I took that $1,100 and it went up and up and up and up and up. And I got to the point where my account got to $20,000. Well, I took some money out, I'd pay some debt off, and I keep trading. And then I'd go to that next tier, that $25,000 mark. And I kept working it. And I finally got that account over $60,000. At that point, I said, I've got to get rid of my debt. If I can get rid of my debt of everything except for a mortgage, my money is my money, at that point. I don't have to worry about a car payment. I don't have to worry about this or that or anything. So I worked my butt off, and there was good days, there was bad days. The beautiful thing about Icoinpro is that while it is based on a 5-minute chart and a 5-minute candle, you can extend this. If you want to go out for the day or have a longer day, if you apply the same thing to a longer term chart, 15, 20, or 30-minute or an hour-long chart, yes, it will take a lot longer for your trade to go through, but it still works. I mean, Icoinpro has given me a skill that I could never. I tell Paul and Justin all the time, I'm beyond thankful. There's no way that I could repay them for this. And for me, for somebody that had no financial background, that was a C student in high school because high school was boring and everything else, for me to be able to do something like this, and then everybody around me be like, bro, how? Like, if I can do it, you can do it. And that's the biggest thing, is that there's more people scared to take that first step than there are people that are willing to. And I mean, if you could invest 6 months of your life to learn a new language or learn a new skill or just go to the gym and work out religiously, you will see those results. And I mean, it's just everything falls into place. So with Icoinpro, it's the same thing. Just, stick to your studies, follow that 0.3, 0.5%, and just grow. The average saving account on the 11th of this month, I think, was just under 0.5%. And with Icoinpro, you can do that on accident. I mean, hypothetically, but I mean, you understand. I mean, you have the power to make your money grow. You're not giving it to some big institution that's got $1 billion in the bank that they can give loans out and make, 10, 15% on. You've got the money in your bank. You've got the ability to take that $100 to $1,000, that $10,000, whatever you are investing, whatever you're, doing. You've got the ability to make that, in a 1 or 2 or 3%. And that's the beauty of it. I don't trade as often unless it's just an absolute bull market. So right now I'm 2 to 3 trades a week, and honestly, I'm going after those 2 to 3% trades. I follow that dump tracker in the portal, and whenever I see something that's 8, 9, 10%, I'm looking for an entry point because I know it's good money and I know it's going to be solid money. But like I said, Icoinpro is.
Say something here, Christian. I mean, $1,100 turning it into over 60 grand. Again, everybody, disclaimers below, but you listen, getting returns like that, and you're not a professional trader, you guys have to understand how unbelievable that is and amazing that is for an average person, non-trader, to be able to do that essentially, on a part-time, a little bit of full-time basis for you at times, but that is what it's all about. We're not talking about empowering people who have tons of money at the beginning, to trade with, but you can take a little bit and turn it into a lot, and then keep trading that and really own your own financial destiny. So hats off to you, man. Great job.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Christian, don't unmute yourself, because I've got a question for you. Right. So you said you didn't have any financial background, but are you a mathematician?
No. So after joining Icoinpro, of course, I went through all the modules and everything. And then I fell into a little bit of a depression in my life. So I started doing a lot of self-help, self-betterment, reading a bunch of books and this and that. So that, alongside of Icoinpro, learning, about Bitcoin and this and that and everything, I started diving into financial futures. I mean, if you were making a little bit of money, crypto trading, whether it's $100 a month or whatever, as long as you're accumulating it and, compounding it, it's going to build. And my biggest thing starting out was, realizing it's a game. Everything in this life is essentially a game. It's a game of accumulation. So if you start this process with $100 or $1,000, whatever you start it with, if you stay with it, you can make it a success. Easy.
Wow. Christian, thank you so much. So no financial background, not a mathematician, not a banker, doesn't work on Wall Street, and pays the bills, man. Well done to you. I just need to address a message that was sent to me from someone in Portugal. Where is it? Sorry, I'm just jumping to try and find it.
I just put it up there, Paul. It's on the screen.
Bom dia, José. Não. Eu não falo bem português porque só começou a aprender ontem. I was just replying to him. Right, folks. That was an awesome story there from Christian. I'm blown away. I love listening to people's stories. But now we are now going to be handing over to our final person, our final guest on here. Absolute awesome gentleman by the name of Alfonso Jones, who's also going to give you his take on crypto and what Icoinpro can offer. Alfonso, do you want to come on out, introduce yourself, tell people your story?
Paul, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, I just want to give it back to you and Justin. You guys are phenomenal leaders and just are blazing the trail for creating just one of the top companies within just this industry, just of trading and of just business building and affiliate marketing and just business in general, right? So I just want to give it back to you two. Awesome. And then Sean, great job hosting. And Christian, phenomenal story. Listen, Christian, I'm gonna have to start calling you from C student to see me at the bank, because that is a phenomenal story that I'm going to share with everybody I know with what the potential of this can do for anybody who decides to take action. So just really quick about myself. My name is Alfonso, as introduced. I spent 5.5 years in the Marine Corps. Then I joined the network marketing industry to find a better way. Because if you don't know, the Marine Corps doesn't pay a lot. You know, I was kind of rich, actually not rich at all. But when I got out, I really was looking for a way as I got out to transition and truly create income that could change my life. And I kind of jumped around. I tried your product companies. I tried this and that and the other, but I never found anything like what's here. Now, mind you, I've been a part of the trading arena to where I was paying hundreds, and when I say hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month to try and learn how to trade. I've been a part of an arena to where I paid thousands, you know, within a month to learn how to trade. I've been in many different aspects in the trading arena, not just in crypto, but in Forex and just binaries and futures and in any other kind of word that you can say about trading. And one of the things that I realized here is that simplicity is key, but not just that, the ability to learn something, right? To earn while you learn, but do it for just $40 to $50 a month. That's just game changing. I don't know, you heard it earlier, but, you know, Sean talked a little bit about inflation, about prices all over the place. So the dollar is not going as far as it went before, but when you have something that you can plug into that's very low cost, that's quite essential, okay? That's key, right? Low cost with a product that makes you money. So real quick, I'm gonna jump off here really fast, right? I just wanted to kind of hit some key points to why I've been a part of this for the last now year plus. And it's simply three simple things, right? Of which anybody that's looking at this, looking to join, I think these are three things that you should closely consider when you're looking at this company. Number one, the company and the leadership. Here's one thing that I learned from my buddy said. I talk about him all the time. He has a new book out that he talks about this. And he says that the company can be fantastic. It can be great. It can have great products. But just like you go fly on the airline, you can go fly private. I don't care if you're sitting in first class coach. I don't care if you own the jet or if you're renting it. If the pilot of the plane is drunk, you're probably not going to get to where you got to go. If the pilot of the plane is not focused, locked in, and know the direction of the company and where they want to end up, you're probably going to have a problem within that company. But see, we have Justin and Paul who have been in the trenches of affiliate marketing, of network marketing, of building business. So they understand that part of it. They understand crypto. They understand our product. They are products of the products. So that in itself, the leadership, the company, been around since 2017, shows that it puts that check in the box, that we have pilots, we have leaders that will lead us to victory. They will lead us in the war of inflation and prices all over the place that is just crushing people in this day and age. Number two is the product. Listen, there's many products out there. And listen, I love a lot of network marketing products that some of them I still utilize here today that are, you know, more physical products. But here's one thing I will tell you. I'm tired of stocking my garage, my office, my house with products that I end up not using. But I love a product that pays for itself. I love a product I can make money from. I love a product of which I can pass that product to my kids. I love a product of which my kids can pass that to their kids. I love a product to where you have something that nobody can take away from you for the rest of your life. And it can pay you over and over and over again. And oh, by the way, it can pay you next week and an extended period of time after that. So the product works. I've traded with it myself. I've had success with it myself. And the product just works. It's simple. It's easy. Justin did a tremendous job of making it stupid simple. And anybody can plug in and win. And the last part is the compensation plan. Listen, this is Payday Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I can't tell you what I got paid, but I can tell you I got paid. And I got paid by crypto, BTC to be exact. And this is just another Wednesday of which I got paid. The compensation plan is next level, and it just changed and got better. So if you want to be a part of something where you can earn while you learn, while you plug into the product, and then in a compensation plan have the ability, have the ability to get paid like never before, right? With just a simple $50 a month, the compensation plan is next level. It's allowing you to get paid multiple ways, up, down, left, right, diagonal, all around the world and back. It allows you to get paid for doing very simple things. And it starts with just 2, right? The price point of this company is low, $99 to get started, $40 to $50 a month. Oh my goodness. Like, are you kidding me? The kind of money that's been made. I know you see Mr. Aaron Park on the screen right there. The kind of money that's been made for doing simplistic things. Oh my God, it's game changing. It's freaking game changing. So kind of in closing, I didn't want to be too long. I'm sure Justin's like, okay, Alfonso, that's enough. But listen, those 3 things are key things that if you want to win, this is the place to be, right? There's a place for you somewhere. And if you like those 3 things, the place for you is right here. So all I want to say in closing is this. Where else can you go to where you have amazing leadership? Where else can you go to where the product alone, if you decide not to sponsor a soul, can make you money? Where else will you go to where the compensation plan, you can make money without sponsoring a soul? But here we like to get to work though. Let me be quite frank. What else are you going to do? Where else can you go to get the love of our leadership? We've got great leadership like Aaron Parker, like Sean, who's killing it, right? Bringing people in this wonderful opportunity. Carlo, who's killing it in the charts, used to be a pro trader, right? You know, trading for companies. Listen, we have from product to compensation plan to our ownership, leadership that wants to help you win. Left and right, all around, here to help you win. Where else are you going to find that at? If you find it somewhere else, let me know, but I'm sure you won't. So get back with the person that put you on the call and say, let's go. I need to get what I deserve for myself and my family. And it all starts with the product that makes you money. And then if you decide to bring some people in and share this wonderful opportunity with them, we'll get you paid there too. So I'm going to be quiet. Sorry I was a little long with it. That's all I got.
Alfonso, wow. Like I got goosebumps, man. That is so awesome. I'm going to ask Justin to do me a favor. Find one of Mike and Lily's comments and just put it up on the screen. I'm going to give a testimonial on their behalf. Mike and Lily Cannon are like a power couple in Icoinpro. This lady had a dream that she would one day give up her job, and then, well, she wanted to fire her boss. That was the first thing. Second thing that she wanted to do was to get her husband unemployed so they could travel. Okay, they got a son in the US that plays American football for a college there. They wanted to travel, and they wanted to be debt free and be able to do this. Icoinpro made that happen for them. Actually, Icoinpro did not make it fair. They made it by themselves using the tools that we offer. They are royalty in Icoinpro circles. Thank you so much for being here, actually being on here to watch. Michael, I miss you guys. Met them in Vegas, an absolute incredible couple. Guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand over to Justin, who's going to cover our compensation plan now. Don't go anywhere. When you see what we have to offer you and how much money you can make actually referring your friends and family, it's going to blow you away. Mr. Justin Clark, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Paul. And thank you, Alfonso, Christian, and Sean also for opening up again here tonight. You know, this is great. I love seeing all the comments. And for those who have been around Icoinpro, we often refer to this as the Icoinpro family. I mean, we all kind of go way back. We've had people, you know, who have been here for years and years and years, who have been helping each other, you know, succeed with the system. So anyway, extremely exciting. And, you know, this brings us all to what's happening right here, right now, tonight. Icoinpro is now a 7+-year-old rock solid company. But what's happening right now with the compensation plan and this relaunch is like we are just starting this all over again. Anyone getting now is getting into a huge opportunity. There was a company recently in network marketing, and some of you have been around and know this industry. They smashed all records in the network marketing space. They surpassed 1.2 million members in just a little bit over a year. Now, fortunately for me and for everybody who's in Icoinpro, the owner of that company is a really good friend of mine and Paul's as well. And so we approached him, Paul and I, about what had happened. And he helped us craft this new plan that we have to replicate the engine that drove that business to 1.2 million members in the space of a little bit over a year. And you're literally right here, right now, hearing about the launch of a plan that can potentially generate tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of people in this company over the next 12 to 24 months. If you've ever missed out on an opportunity and getting in early, now is your chance. If you've missed out on that other company that I'm talking about, the one that went to 1.2 million people, and you're a little bit sour about not seeing it and underestimating that company, now is your chance. So what's so exciting now is that on top of the Icoinpro Trade Finder software, helping us pick off these winning trades to make daily, weekly, and monthly profits, you can earn even more now with our powerful Powerline system and affiliate compensation plan. In fact, when you entered your name on an email on that form and got the free bootcamp, we immediately reserved you a position that is a temporary position in our company Powerline. And with millions of people that are around the world right now wanting to learn how to profit from cryptocurrency, every time a new person does the same, they're going to be placed below you in that Powerline. Now, tonight is Wednesday night, which is the cutoff day to lock in your position or miss out. Everyone who locks in their position by becoming a member of Icoinpro for just $99.95 to start and $39.95 per month moves to the top of that power line above everybody else who's going to wait. Those people are then placed in our fast filling 2x15 forced matrix.
Justin,
all the people, yes.
Can I just interrupt you there? Do you have a presentation that you can show?
No, I don't. No.
Oh.
I'm just going through it right now. It's actually covered in the video that shows it. So I'm going through this right now. Absolutely. Awesome.
All right.
All right, so those people are then placed in this fast-filling 2x15 force matrix before all the people below them in this power line in the highest available position following their enroller. And the way our compensation plan works, everyone has just two frontline positions, Paul. Once those 2 spots are filled, the only place everyone else can go is under the ones who are already in there. So if anyone is placed under you in that matrix, whether you personally introduced them or they were enrolled by people above you in the matrix, you will get paid on them. In fact, just one person who goes to work could potentially earn you hundreds or even thousands of dollars a month, even if you don't enroll anyone yourself. And if you do choose to share the Icoinpro system and opportunity with others, you can earn significantly more with the most powerful matching bonuses in the industry. Just by enrolling 2 people, you literally triple your earning potential. So with thousands of people joining Icoinpro in the next 24 months, the only place that they can go in this matrix is under the people who are already in. So the sooner you lock in your spot, the higher you will be positioned. Now, again, tonight is the cutoff. So make sure to make the decision to get started. As Wayne Gretzky once said, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So don't lose before you even begin by not taking action. Take your shot. Get started tonight, and it will be one of the decisions in your life you will never regret. Thank you, everybody, again. Thank you, Christian, Sean, Paul, Alfonso, everybody who attended, all of the amazing comments in the chat here for tonight's webinar. And thank you to our Icoinpro community. We will be seeing you all soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.